Welcome to this Pilates class. We have got some really nice exercises today just to try and help you strengthen your body, lengthen through the muscles and create some space and allow you to leave them out feeling strong and ready for the day. So we're going to start by lying down on our back on in the rest position. You're going to grab your little Pilates pillow. Hopefully you've done the warm up before this, so we're good to go. Even if you just get out and have a little walk, it's nice to have that just as a warm-up. And you want to make sure that you're in your rest position, so feet, knees and hips are in line with each other. You're going to just allow your pelvis just to flatten and arch a few times and then find that neutral pelvis. And then we're just going to allow the corset of our lower tummy muscles just to connect beautifully, just a little bit. We're going to allow our breath to flow in and out through the ribs at the side and the ribs at the back. We're going to reach the fingertips towards the toes, allowing the shoulder blades at the back just to connect into the rib cage. The neck is long and the muscles of the face are nice and soft. And we're just going to start off with our one leg stretch. And if you've done the warm up, you will already have done this. But basically we're going to keep one leg nice and steady, tummy muscles are engaged, nothing is moving apart from the leg. And we're just going to take a breath in to prepare. And as we breathe out, we're just going to slide the leg away and breathe in to come back. And slide the other leg. So we want to make sure we're really nice and steady. We're connecting our mind to our body as we breathe in and breathe out with beautiful control. So breathing in to come back, working here, breathing out to reach away. And breathing out to reach away, breathing in to come back, breathing out to reach away, breathing in to come back. Now we're going to take this to the next level. So you can continue with that exercise if that's most comfortable for you. Otherwise, we're just going to float one knee up into tabletop. So the kneecap is just able to touch the hand. And we're going to breathe in here. And as we breathe out, we're going to try and ring a doorbell on the wall opposite us. Breathing in to come back. Breathing out, reaching away. So nice and strong through the thigh muscles. Now, if you find that you're getting a little bit clicky in the hip, what you can just do is keep a little bit of a bend in the knee or just go a little bit higher. Okay, so it's all just about control. And again, just thinking about that toe, knee and hip just moving along the same train track. Just do a couple more, breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in to come back and breathe out, place the foot on the floor. Okay, switch tabletop on the other side, breathing in to prepare. And as we breathe out, we float the knee up and we just check where that kneecap is to the hand. And we breathe in here to prepare and breathe out, tummy muscles working. Point the toe away, breathe in to come back. Now a little tip, if you find that your hip just continues to be a little bit clicky, sometimes actually just pushing your heel away is enough just to change the dynamic in that leg. So again, if you're clicking, you can point a little bit higher and keep a bend in the knee, or you can just go back to level one until everything feels a lot stronger. Breathing in to come back, breathing out, toes away, 2 more, breathing out strong, breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in to come back, tummy muscles are engaged as you lower down. So the next exercise is called scissors, and it's quite similar to that. We're going to be using the tummy muscles again. We're nice and connected through the ribs. Shoulders are away from the ears. Collarbone bones are nice and wide. And I want you to be thinking again about the knee coming up towards the hand. And this is nice to help strengthen up through the hip area here, okay? So scissors is really, really good to help strengthen up through the hip area. So we're going to breathe in to prepare, and as we breathe out, we float the knee up, tap the hand, and then breathe in to come back, and swap over, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. You can make this a little bit harder by just pressing firmly into that hand. It makes your hips work a little bit harder, and it gives you a little bit of work in your arm. Breathing in to come back. Breathing out. Good stuff. Breathing in and keep going. And breathe in to return. And just let your knees just have a little bit of a move in and out, just to allow those hips to have a little bit of release. So we're going to come into climb now, and that's really, really good for making your bottom muscles nice and strong. So you're going to come onto your side. So have the pillow underneath your ear. The arm can be out at about 160 degrees, or you can have your arm tucked in behind your head, whatever is most comfortable for you. Hips are going to be at 60 degrees and knees are going to be at 90. You're going to make sure that your hips have rolled in, and just take the top hip away so we create that little bit of space underneath the lower waist. And that just allows our spine to be neutral. The climb's a great one for making this area here work nice and strongly, which is a really important muscle for us to use on a day-to-day basis. It also helps us to dissociate hip movement and keeping the spine nice and stable. Now, the difference with this exercise to the warm-up is we're going to take the knee up, but then whenever the knee comes down, we're going to lift the heel. So we're going to get some really nice rotational movement through the hip socket, which is going to give it a lovely massage, keep it really nice and healthy, but also keep those muscles the whole way around the hip nice and strong. So just making sure again that if you have your flashlight on the front, it's going down at that oblique angle. I quite like having my hand here so that I can feel that. But if you don't feel stable enough whenever you move your hip, just have your hand in front of you just to stabilise. You can also find that by pressing the hand down into the floors, you get a little bit more contraction through the tummy. So whatever works for you, but we relax the shoulders, we make sure our waist is nice and long, we zip through the lower tummy muscles, we take a nice breath in, and as we breathe out, we open the knee, we breathe in to come back, we breathe out. We breathe in, we breathe out. So couple more. Last one. Okay, so still in the same position, we're just going to lift our knee up to that nice to be on the horizontal, so we don't need the knee to come any higher. And try and keep your ankle and your knee on the same plane. So we're not doing that and we're not doing that. And that's just going to make this hip work a little bit harder. If you think, oh, that's going to be a bit much for me, you can have a little bit of a rest, or you can just do the climb for maybe another 5 reps. So we're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we lift. Breathe in to return. And out. Keep the tummy working. And out. 2 more. And out. Last one. And then just give that hip a little bit of a rub. And just acknowledge how good you are at that. That's fantastic getting these muscles working. So we're going to come onto our back now. We're going to do a little bit of the bridge. If you have got quite a rounded set of shoulders, you will want to keep the pillow behind your head. But if you find that your posture is pretty good, then you want to get rid of that pillow, because whenever we come up onto bridge, we don't want to be pressing our chin onto our chest any more than we have to. And if you've got a pillow behind your head, you're going to be already up in that position. So if you find that you need to have a pillow because there's too much space behind your head, then please just use a nice teeny weeny little pillow. So feet, knees and hips are in the same line again, but you can have your feet as close to your bottom as you want. And we're going to do our nice curly bridge. So the other thing I want you just to check is, can you take your arms back to about 160? Okay, so we're going to add in the arms as well. So just making sure that everything's in that nice neutral position, shoulders are relaxed, tummy muscles are working. You can also add a little bit of a press down through your hands just to get a slightly deeper back connection, a little bit more back work. And it just also helps just lift you up a little bit more. So whatever feels right to you. So take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, you're just going to roll your back along, tucking your tail under, pressing down through your feet, lifting your back up. We're going to breathe in here to hold. And as we breathe out, we roll back down again, one vertebra at a time. And just try and make sure that your knees don't pop out. You want to make sure that your knees stay in line in your hips. Okay, so breathing in here and breathing out. Take the curve out of your spine, rolling up, press the knees forward. Breathe in to prepare again to come all the way back down. And as you breathe out, you're just going to roll all the way down. Breathing in here and breathing out, coming all the way back up. Breathing in, press down firmly through the arms. And breathe out, come all the way back down again. Okay, so this time we're going to add in the arms if you want to, but only if it feels right to you. We're going to do it in increments. You will feel a little bit of a stretch through your back, so just make sure your back feels comfortable whenever you do it. So breathing in to prepare and breathing out, coming all the way up. Breathing in, taking the arms up, just to over your chest, and then breathe out, roll all the way back down. Breathing in, coming down. Breathing out, coming all the way back up again. Breathing in, floating the arms up, take them back a little bit more over the face, and as you breathe out and curl back down, just check that it's nice and comfortable in your spine. And breathe in to bring the arms down. Breathing out, coming up as high as is comfortable, pressing those knees forward, and then breathing in, taking the arms up just a little bit higher, and then as you breathe out, allow yourself to roll all the way down. Breathing in, taking the arms down. We'll just do one more. Breathing out, coming all the way back up again. Breathing in, taking the arms back just a little bit more. And then breathing out, coming all the way back down. So you only take the arms back as far as is comfortable. You might find that you can just stay here, and that's as far as you want to go, because you can feel that nice stretch in your back. And some of you might think, well, actually, that's where I got it. So it's whatever works for you. And then we're going to go on and do the clam on the other side. Okay, so grab your little pillow and scoot round to the other side of your mat. So back into the clam again. Pillow underneath your head. Arms out at about 160 or the hands tucked behind your head. You're going to have the hips at 60 degrees, knees at 90. Going to roll the top hip forward and then take the hip away so we create a lovely split spine with no dips in the waist. Tummy muscles are engaged, shoulders are relaxed. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, knee comes up, breathe in to come back, and then breathe out, the heel comes up. Breathe in to come back, breathe out. Don't let that hip roll back. Nice and steady in the middle. Feels really good, doesn't it? Just to get that hip moving. Just feeling the strength around your glutes. Feeling that lovely mobility. And feeling everything moving really, really well. Okay, and then we're going to do the leg lift. So you're going to keep the knee and the ankle and the foot on the same plane. And if you just check that you haven't lost that little lift in the waist. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, lift. Breathe in to come back. Breathing out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And relax. And then we're just going to come onto our tummy and do one last little exercise. It's going to be the similar, so we're going to work the back of the body, working the bottom muscles, the back muscles. So if you have your forehead on the pillow, you can also just have your hands underneath your forehead so that you can still breathe through your nose. And basically all we're going to be doing is tucking our pelvis under, so we take that arch out, and this is just going to protect our back. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can pop a little pillow underneath your belly. But this is really, really, really nice and simple. So we're just going to breathe in to prepare, and as we breathe out, we reach the leg and we just lift it a couple of inches, and then we breathe in to come back down, and we swap over. Breathing out, reach and lift. Breathing in to come back. Breathing out and in and out and in and out. Keep the tummy working so you can just feel the tummy muscles just lifting away from the mat. Just a couple more. And then we relax. And we just take our hands underneath us. We walk back and we just stretch back into child. Big breath here. Letting the back soften. One more. We're done. And you can finish off with the cool down. Well done, everyone.